Poppy possibly being connected to 3 completely different characters at once, to an entire alternate ending that only exists in one country's version of the film? Here are 10 hidden secrets and theories you missed across the Despicable Me universe. But first, if Vector is your favorite, drop a moon emoji. And if you're Team Gru, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Number 1. Where does Poppy actually come from? As the newest character joining the franchise, Poppy's origin has fans building theories fast. In her introduction, she's shown as a huge fan of Gru who wants to become a villain just like him, but her actual backstory remains a mystery. Some fans think she could be related to Lucy, pointing to similar facial features and matching hair. Others believe she could secretly be Vector's daughter, theorizing her real motive for getting close to Gru is convincing him to help get her father back from Mars. But the wildest theory points to a background shot from the very first film, a scene at the orphanage showing a girl briefly peeking through the box of shame. Some fans believe that girl was actually Poppy, meaning she could secretly be seeking revenge against Gru for never adopting her all those years ago. Number 2. Why do the Minions still serve Gru, even after he stops being a villain? The Minions originally chose to serve Gru specifically because he proved himself the most despicably capable master they could find after he freed Scarlet Overkill and stole the crown right out from under her. But once Gru grows up and eventually gives up his life of crime entirely, the Minions stick around anyway, even though serving the most evil master available is supposedly hardwired into their nature. That's because Gru stopped being just their master a long time ago, he became family. The Minions were never truly good or evil at their core. Their only real desire was serving a boss actually worth following, and somewhere along the way, they simply evolved past their old mindset entirely. Number 3. Why does Edith never take off her pink hat? While her sisters regularly change outfits throughout the franchise, Edith consistently keeps the same pink hat on at all times, everywhere she goes. Most people assume she simply loves how it looks, but some fans believe there's something considerably deeper going on. Since Edith and her sisters were all adopted, the theory suggests that hat originally belonged to her biological mother, meaning it's never just been a fashion choice for her. It may genuinely be the last physical memory she has left of the mother she lost. Number 4. Is Despicable Me 3's entire premise built on a massive plot hole? The whole story of Despicable Me 3 hinges on Gru meeting his previously unknown twin brother Dru, with the two framed as complete opposites, Dru being happy-go-lucky but not particularly bright, Gru being grumpy but sharp. Except there's a problem, Gru is actually his last name. The main character's full name is Villainous Gru, which technically means Dru's full name would also be Dru Gru. So why does Dru constantly refer to Gru simply as Gru throughout the movie when that's also his own last name? And why doesn't Dru ever turn around confused whenever anyone else says Gru out loud, since technically they could be talking to him too? Even accounting for them being separated at birth, their shared father is directly confirmed to be Robert Gru, meaning both brothers legitimately share that exact same last name, making the entire naming setup a genuinely confusing oversight running through the whole film. Number 5. Could Despicable Me 5 reveal Gru was always more of a villain than we thought? A specific scene in Despicable Me 4 shows a large gathering of previous villains inside the AVL prison, all of them having been arrested for their past crimes, including Vector, somehow ending up there despite last being seen stranded on the moon, and El Macho, previously dismissed as more goofy than genuinely threatening. With virtually every major villain from the franchise now confirmed locked up together, one theory wonders if Despicable Me 5 could reveal Gru himself was always secretly more dangerous than the franchise let on, potentially leading to his own arrest and a tense reunion with every villain he's ever helped take down. Number 6. Was Valerie Da Vinci secretly working for Bratt in Despicable Me 3? This theory attempts to fill in a gap that makes Despicable Me 3 feel slightly incomplete. Silas Ramsbottom retires under oddly suspicious circumstances, handing his position over to Valerie, who he specifically describes as highly ambitious, hinting she rose through the ranks unusually fast. Valerie immediately targets Gru after he and Lucy nearly catch Bratt, firing him for incompetence despite other agents being present during that same failed heist, and later fires Lucy too for defending him. From that point on, Valerie essentially vanishes from the story entirely. Right after Gru gets fired, Bratt steals a diamond and specifically comments that it's convenient Gru won't be around to stop him, which raises an obvious question. How would Bratt know a secret agent just got fired from a secret organization unless someone on the inside was quietly feeding him that information? Number 7. 5 genuinely fun behind-the-scenes facts about the franchise. The Sleepy Kittens book featured in the films actually exists as a real purchasable tie-in book, though the real version notably doesn't include the hairbrush accessory shown in the movie itself. The Minions' entire language wasn't just random noise. The directors built an actual functioning translation system behind every sound they make. On Gru's Swan Lake ticket in one scene, a specific date is visible article that lines up exactly with the real date of the first moon landing. Getting a genuine laugh out of one young actress for her scenes proved difficult enough that her father reportedly had to sneak up and tickle her off camera during recording. And during one interview scene, Gru's insult about Miss Hattie's hair translates to comparing it to a donkey. Number 8. China's version of Minions, The Rise of Gru, has a completely different ending. To comply with local censorship regulations, the Chinese release of this film ends very differently from the original. In the standard version, the film closes with Gru and Wild Knuckles riding off together to go continue being great villains. In the Chinese version, an additional sequence was tacked on afterward, specifically showing Wild Knuckles getting caught by police shortly after and serving 20 years in prison, where he discovers a passion for acting and starts his own theater troupe. Gru, meanwhile, is shown returning to his family and becoming a fully reformed good guy, with his greatest achievement framed as successfully raising his 3 daughters. The change was reportedly made specifically to avoid glorifying criminal behavior in any form, even in a lighthearted, cartoonish context, though the added sequence itself was fairly bare bones, essentially a slideshow of existing movie stills with new text placed over them. Number 9. How Gru's bond with the Minions kept both sides safe. Gru reportedly remembers the name and appearance of every single one of his 899 minions, a level of genuine care that goes far beyond simply managing employees. Years earlier, the Minions had shown up on a stormy night hoping he'd take them in, and his willingness to do so, even letting a fearful Bob sleep in his own bed, built a bond that's lasted ever since. Alongside that emotional connection, Dr. Nefario has consistently guided the Minions through dangerous situations involving his own inventions, even when those inventions tend to malfunction. Combined with Gru's own combat abilities, which go well beyond normal human limits, this entire support system is what's allowed the Minions to avoid the same fate so many of their previous bosses met, since the Minions actively worked to keep things running smoothly for Gru instead of accidentally destroying him like they did with every master before him. Number 10. Was that one Minion faking a bedtime kiss to test Gru? In one small moment, Gru specifically refuses to give a goodnight kiss to only one particular Minion, and that refusal turns out to be exactly what exposes something was off. Given how well Gru knows every single one of his Minions individually, that refusal wasn't random at all. It was Gru immediately recognizing that something about that specific Minion's request didn't feel genuine, catching an imposter or an unusual situation before it could become a real problem. And that's it! Which one surprised you the most? The theory about where Poppy actually came from, or China's completely different ending for Minions, The Rise of Gru? Let me know in the comments below. If you want part 2, hit that like button and make sure you're subscribed, because we're uncovering even more hidden secrets very soon.